Good morning, Redeemed. I know most of you guys are at work. So if you watch a replay, just do hashtag replay so I know that you watched it. This is kind of weird. It's fine, though. It's fine. We're going to go with it. So I'm going to wait a few minutes, see if one or two of you guys pop up here. And I really wanted to talk about something that's coming in July that I'm super pumped about. And I wanted to share a little bit of my personal story and my personal journey with you about Scentsy Family Reunion, because it changed my business. Hey, Crystal, good morning. Look, excuse me, I just realized I probably should put a more supportive bra on, but it's fine, y'all. I'm so tired. We got 6 more weeks left. Yeah, 6 more weeks left till baby comes. I'm over it. So I wanted to pop up here and talk about Scentsy Family Reunion. This is really going to bother me, so just, if I keep looking down, I'm not putting this on YouTube. So sorry. But I'm not doing it. So you just got to soak up all the golden nuggets, okay? So I want to talk about Scentsy Family Reunion first, and what is it, and I want to go back in time and share my first reunion experience with you and try not to cry. Really hard, try not to cry. Scentsy Family Reunion is done once a year. So we have something called World Tour, which is usually in January or February. And then we have Scentsy Family Reunion, which is in July. And it's like a huge party. Okay? It's like a huge party. You have guest speakers over on Heidi Talk. You get sneak peeks of what's coming out that fall. You get free goodies, because I'm all about the free stuff. And you're around like-minded people. And there is no experience like it, okay? Last year it was virtual. This year it's going to be virtual because of COVID, which is even more of a reason to go. I'm going to encourage you that if you're serious about this business, if you're burned out, right? Okay? If you're tired, if you've lost your spark for your business, your fire for your business, I'm going to encourage you right now to go to your events tab and sign up for Scentsy Family Reunion. You can watch it straight from your home. Even if you have to work, you can watch the recordings of them, okay? But if you have teammates, get with them to watch it. That's what me and Ray did last year. Me and her got together to watch it because we found out where the trip was going to be. I'm going to encourage you to sign up for this. It's a business write-off. It's $43 for the deluxe package, which I strongly suggest because last year we got early access to kits that you got PRV for. Or after May 2nd, it's $11 to register. It's in your events tab. Sign up for it. Sign up for it. And I'm telling you this because had I not gone to my first reunion, and I'm going to share that experience with you in just a minute, I would not be where I am. There's something magical about it, man. There's something magical about it that I cannot. It's different, right? Because when I watch it, I'm going to share things on this team page with you guys. I'm going to share it with you, and you're going to get hyped, but it's not going to be the same experience if you weren't watching it yourself. If you weren't absorbing it yourself, and there's power, and I say that last week we had SSD Summit, man. So for over a year, we haven't had in live events. We haven't had those things. And as a leader, I'll be raw and real and honest with y'all. Y'all know I will. My energy was depleted, right? I'm running my own business. My business is very successful. And then I'm pouring into thousands and thousands and thousands of people, wanting them to want it, want them to want this business the way that I want it because I know they can be blessed by it, but they're not motivated. They have no fire. They're tired. They're drained. And I get it because I am too, but the difference is it's non-negotiable for me. And sometimes the poorer, right? When you're the poorer and you're pouring into everybody else, the poorer needs to be poured into. And that's what Scentsy Family Reunion does for me. That's what SSD Summit did for me last week. And I'm going to encourage you, do it. It's virtual. You watch it right from your home. You watch it from your phone. I watched SSD Summit from my phone. Literally. We were driving here and there trying to get stuff for the baby, and I was watching it on the way. If you have teammates or people close to you, get together, have dinner together, watch it together. So I want to go back to my first reunion experience. Okay. I joined before Aiden turned 1. He couldn't even walk yet. Sensi Family Reunion registration opened in April. At that point, I was only 2.5 months in, 3 months in. And it was in Kansas City. I have never been on an airplane. I had never been away from my baby overnight. Never. Okay? So when registration opened, I wasn't going. I was like, it's just no freaking way. I'm not taking off work. And if you're in healthcare, you know, like, you pretty much have to be on your deathbed to get off work. And leaving my baby. And James said, you know what? This brings you happiness. Why don't you just go? And I'm like, well, I don't know anybody. At this point, I had a very small team of 2 or 3 people. I didn't know my upline. I didn't know anybody in Sensi. I was just kind of like doing my own thing, okay? We didn't have resources like we have now. We don't have the hashtag how you're working page. I didn't have an upline train me. I didn't have a sponsor take me under her wing. I didn't have those things, okay? Those things were created. I just stayed in my own lane and followed my consultant guide and did what the consultant guide said to do. Registration opened, and James said, you really should go. And one night, it was like the last day before registration opened, I booked my flight registration. So fast forward to registration day. I fly, had a layover. There was a really, really bad storm. They canceled my attachment flight. I had to spend the night in the airport. At this point, I'm like having a mental breakdown. It's the first time I've ever left Aiden, ever. I was having a mental breakdown, didn't want to go. Called James. I was like begging him, please just come get me. I'm in Charlotte. It's like 4 or 5 hours away. Please come get me. Showed up to reunion with no shower in 2 days. I was a day late. I missed the first day of content. And I didn't know anybody, okay? So I roomed with a bunch of strangers, okay, to cut down on costs. When I joined, I'm going to be real, there was no extra, y'all, okay? My groceries went on a credit card. I didn't have extra, there wasn't extra money, okay? That it didn't exist. So we pinched to be able to go so that I could go to this event. I'm going to try so hard not to cry, but if I cry, just like fast forward to this part. It's fine. I can't really control it at this moment. It just happens when it happens. And then I'll start laughing uncontrollably. It's fine. So I get to reunion, bunch of strangers, missing my baby, missing my husband. And I look around this room at these amazing people that have accomplished so much in this business, right? And I look around and I'm like, I'll never be like that. I'll never. It's Kelly. It's just because I took a shower. So I have to do all my videos if I want to look cute in the morning, because by afternoon my face swells up, okay, and my feet swell up and my hands swell up real bad. So I have to do everything in the morning. When I look cute before I turn into a swollen pig. It's fine. I look around this room and immediately thoughts from my past of not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy enough, crept in. And keep in mind, I didn't know anybody. So I didn't have anybody to like share these feelings with. I'm internalizing all of this. And I'm like, there's just I'll never be like this. I'll never be these people that have a successful business. I'm from Rich Square. My family doesn't support this. My friends don't support this. I'm a freaking joke where I live. Everybody thinks this is a freaking joke. I'll never be like these people. I'll never be like it. So they announced the trip to Spain, and of course I called James after every general session. I called him, and he's like, "You can earn it." I'm like, "Honey, we from freaking Rich Square. Ain't no way in hell we are earning a trip to Spain. It's not gonna happen, sugar. I mean, I'm sorry." Orville and Heidi got up and spoke, and there was and I may get this wrong, there was the first African American fighter pilot in one of the armed forces that got up and spoke. And I remember crying the entire general session because she was talking about worth and talking about not feeling good enough and not feeling worthy enough. And it hit so freaking hard. And then Orville and Heidi spoke, and it was the first time I had ever heard Orville and Heidi ever speak. And if you have never heard them speak, I'm going to encourage you to go to YouTube and look up their keynotes. Just type in keynotes from Orville and Heidi and it'll pop up. They speak with such grace and such calmness, and I remember soaking it all in, and I'm like, damn it, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. It ain't going to be no half-assed, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Some days I'll do it, some days I won't do it. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to freaking do it. So we got home. Something in me changed that day. And I want to explain to you guys that this is why it's so important that you have such a deep-rooted why inside of you that regardless of how you feel, you are like an anchor and you are unmovable, okay? Too many people ride working their business, not working their business on feelings. Oh, it's crazy at work. I'm sick. This, that, and I've been through all of it, okay? I haven't always been home full time, just a reminder, okay? I worked this business from 10 o'clock at night to 2 o'clock in the morning the first 2 years of my business, okay, when I worked crazy hours as a nurse, okay? So, it hasn't always been like this. I worked for this. I remember leaving reunion a different person, and I said, you know what? If I can't find the strength within me to do this for myself, I can find the strength to do it for my child. I can do that. Because there's no worse feeling than leaving your 4-week-old. I left Aiden when he was 4 weeks old. And missing moments. Aiden got the flu. I still had to go to work. He had a flu before he was a year old. I still had to go to work. There is no worse feeling than missing out. And every time I wanted to throw in the towel or give up or not work my business, I would go back to the moments that would break my heart. You got to break your own heart. I left reunion a different person. I left reunion viewing my business differently than when I went. I left reunion thinking to myself, you know what? I'll never be these people, but I'm me. And I can do hard things because I've been through hard things in my life. So I know that working this business is not as hard as some of the crap that I went through in my past. And I can do hard things. Reunion changed my business. 100% had I not gone to that first reunion and been brave, okay? I didn't have the money. I didn't have the time. It was far away. Scared to death. I knew nobody. Didn't have a sponsor that helped. I didn't have any of that. But I did it because it was important to me. And it was the what if. There's no worse feeling than feeling what if. What if I hadn't had gone to reunion? I can promise you right now I wouldn't be here. I can promise you right now I wouldn't be doing Sensi. I can promise you right now I'd still be at my job. Can promise you that. It changed my business. So I said all that to say this. Hold on, baby. Okay, honey. I'll be there. Okay. I said all that to say this. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. You miss 100% of the chances that you do not take. We are very blessed to have CEOs and presidents that pour into us, okay? There's weekly trainings on the workstation for all consultants. So many resources. Y'all have this page, our leadership page. If you're a lead and above, if you're a director, you have a couple of director pages. The support's there. The resources are there. Everything that you possibly could need or want to have a successful business is there. The ball is in your court. Everything that you want out of this business is in your court. You're in the driver's seat of your business. Will you always feel like it? No. Girl, I ain't felt like it since October, okay? This pregnancy has been rough. It's been hard. But it's not negotiable. It's not negotiable. Because I've seen, not just from me, but many, many of you and many of my directors and many of team members in our group be immensely blessed by what this business can provide and the many, many doors that this business can open if you make it non-negotiable. Got to make it non-negotiable. So I said all that to say this. If you're not registered for Union, $11 for the cheaper registration. $11. You can do that. Invest in you. You hit that join button for a reason. And I really want to challenge you guys to dig deeper. Yesterday, I thought a lot, me and a couple of other of my fellow leaders. We were talking yesterday, and I was like, people aren't motivated. They're not motivated. Motivation is very short-lived. And if you're riding on working your business, not working your business, based off of motivation, it doesn't exist. Okay? It doesn't exist. It's very short-lived. It'll come and it'll go. But when you're anchored and you have your feet firmly pressed into what you want, and you know what you want, and you make it non-negotiable, that is when you're going to see the shift. That's when you're going to see it move, okay? I've shared this a lot of times, but this exact office, if you call it an office, back room, I used to cry at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning packaging up orders, telling my husband, I don't want to do this no more. I can't do this anymore. Nobody's booking parties with me. Nobody wants to join. Nobody's responding to my social media posts. Nobody. And he said, what's harder, doing this or leaving Aiden? Make it non-negotiable. I promise you, SFR will change your business. Sensei Family Reunion will change your business. I'm living proof. If you don't know where Rich Square, North Carolina is, go look it up on a map. If it's on a map. If it's even on a map. It'll change your life. And if it can change a girl from Rich Square with a broken stoplight that's jacked up, that comes from a past that I came from, that had no support, that had no internet, that had to work her business from the phone for 2.5 years. No printer. I think I did pretty labels. I didn't have that. I didn't have a printer. I wanted it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. You have to make it non-negotiable. Do it for you. Do it for your business. If you have children, if you have a family, do it for your family. Okay? Register for SFR if you're local to us, or if you can fly in. Come to the beach event that I emailed everybody about yesterday. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Okay? I'm telling you. It gets me in my feels because I'm about to give birth to my second child. And I don't have to leave this one at 4 weeks old. And it's because of this. It's because of Sensei. It's because of Sensei. Okay? What's your dream? What gets you out of bed? If you don't have a dream, get one. Dream big. I used to have some of the closest people in my life tell me, you're wasting your time. 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 But deep down, I knew I wanted to be home with my baby. And that was the fuel that pushed me to work my business day in and day out. Do it. It's not going to be easy, y'all. Not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But I can promise you this. I've been through it. I've been through every hard thing there is to go through in this business. So you don't have to go through it alone. Okay? Imagine not having a team page, not having an upline, not having team members to go to. I didn't have anybody. I had myself. That was it. Lean on like-minded people. Okay? Surround yourself with like-minded people that will push you to do the hard things that you don't want to do. Because I didn't want to do this video this morning. And I don't want to do my non-negotiable task today, but I'm going to do it. Because guess what? Those feelings, they're temporary. And tomorrow they'll be gone. Next week they'll be gone. Don't make permanent losing service. Oh, there we go. Don't make permanent decisions based off temporary feelings. I'm telling you, I see it every single month. I see some of you guys message me, I'm having a bad month, and it's like the 5th. Change it. You're in control. Look, because I'll be honest with y'all, I have nothing else to give. Every resource that I use, every system that I use, every training that I've done, every training that I've watched, is all available to you in the announcement section of this page. Every Google Drive, everything I put in my mail outs, every sponsoring form, everything that I use to book parties with, every system that I use to work my business, it's It's in the announcements page at the top of this page. It's there. It's there. But it will only work if you work it, okay? It's not magic. It's not magic. You have to work it, okay? I love y'all. Y'all have an awesome day. I hope you shock yourself today. I hope today is the day that you say, you know what? No more in and out. I'm either in or I'm out. And guess what? This ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody. And if you're a hobbyist, this video is not for you. If you're here just to get paid off your own stuff, this video is not for you. These are for the ones that have been riding for a while, but you stopped rowing. Okay? You're in the boat, but you stopped rowing. Okay? You're just sitting there, and you're expecting the boat to go by itself. You have to row. You have to row. Okay? You have to row your own boat. Stop waiting for people. And I say this with so much love. Stop waiting for people to do a live video to motivate you. Stop waiting for people to say the things that you want to hear to motivate you, because motivation is short-lived. I was about to say BS, but it's BS. Motivation is short-lived. And too many of you guys are riding on trainings and live videos and posts to motivate you. You have to be your own motivation. You have to be the reason that you work. You have to be the reason that you push to work your business. Nothing Katie Lassner says or Ray Anderson says or Chloe Cox says. It might feel good for the moment and you'll work that day because you're pumped up. But what about the next day? And the next day? And the next day? And next month? And next year? Okay? Stop riding on people to motivate you. You motivate yourself. Okay? You motivate yourself. Look at people that are doing it and be inspired. Yes. Be inspired. But don't ride off of those temporary feelings on deciding, oh, Katie gonna do a live this morning, so I'm gonna work today because I'm gonna be motivated. But tomorrow, okay, you're still waiting for those feelings for somebody to do it for you, to motivate you, to stir that up. You have to stir that up inside yourself. Go to Reunion. Watch Reunion. Watch it change your business. Watch it change your life. I'm telling you, changed my business. And because it changed my business, it changed my life. Thank God I had people in my life, aka my husband, that pushed me to do something I didn't want to do. And in turn, it's changed our entire life. I want that from each of you. I want that for each and every single one of you. And I know it's possible. I see it every single day. I see it every single day. Okay? Oh, girl, when I watched it last year, I was in here crying when they announced the trip was Disney. I was in here crying. Okay? It's got to be bigger than you. It's got to be bigger than your feelings. And I get it. I hear people all the time, well, I work full time. Honey, I did too. I work 12, 14-hour shifts 5 days a week. I did too. But you pee sometimes, or maybe trade in watching that show one day to work. That's why I posted my non-negotiables. They ain't got to be pretty, y'all. They ain't got to be these long lists of to-dos to have a successful business. You don't need that. 1 or 2 things every day. Day after day. Week after week. Month after month. Okay? Those small things, they add up. And they change my entire business. Consistency. And those of you guys that message me will say, well, I had a good month and then a bad month and a good month. The first thing I say is, well, are you consistent? You might have had a good month this month, honey, but you're going to have a bad month. Okay, I still have bad months. You're going to have good months. You're going to have bad months. But are you going to rise above the bad months? Okay, there's a keynote on YouTube that Heidi talked about at my last in-person reunion, where he talked about, it was in Texas reunion, where he talked about the uphills and the downhills of your business. The slopes and the hills. The slopes downhill. And watching that and listening to that made me realize, it ain't always going to be sunshine, roses, and butterflies, okay? You're not always going to get people to reorder from you easily. You're not going to have people join under you just because you did a post or book a party with you just because you did a post. It doesn't work like that, y'all. It doesn't work like that. You can't have the good without the bad. But you can persevere through the bad, okay? Every failure in my personal business taught me what not to do and what didn't work. So I don't count it as a failure. It built me and showed me how to run a business. But you got to have that. You got to have the failures with the triumphs, okay? You can't have just the triumphs, okay? You got to have the failures too. You got to fall and you got to get back up. I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a wonderful Wednesday. When you register for SFR, drop it in the comments of this video. I want to know, okay? I want to know. Because I want to invest in people that are investing in themselves, okay? It ain't going to be none of this, no more one-on-one coaching. And you're not even going to SFR. That's the best coaching you can get. It's the best coaching that you can get. It don't get no better than that, y'all. Don't get no better than that. Do it for yourself. I love y'all. Y'all have a good